Hello, testing. Testing, is this thing I'm sorry, I don't know what the fuck this is. Welcome to Jerry App, guys. Episode number 3, official episode number 3. Today we are talking Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. One of my all-time favorites for the Game Boy Advance. Man, this thing, guys, the Game Boy Advance has like so many classics on it. If you have not played the system at all, I really urge you to go back and give it a couple tries, man. Couple of my favorite games: Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland, Kirby and Amazing Mirror is pretty good. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, one of my all-time favorites. There's a bunch of the old, not old, but like, you know, Game Boy era Zelda games on it, which are good. I need to go through and play some of those. I still have not played like the Minish Cap, but I know that's like one of the widely most appreciated ones. But yeah, today we are talking Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. Fucking classic game, guys. So fun. Who can't love our little pink ball of just hunger, you know? Hunger for everything that comes across his path, man. He just eats it all. He or she, right? I don't even know if Kirby's a guy or a girl, or if it's even has a gender or whatever. I know, right? So political for my show. Way too political. I gotta tone it down here. I'm gonna anger a lot of people. Actually, fuck, speaking of hunger, dude, I'm fucking hungry as shit. I'm going to close this intro out, go get something to eat, and then I'll be back to finish this, right? All right, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Okay, guys, I got done eating. I actually just got done recording the Shino Numa episode a couple hours ago, too. I picked up some Kirby shortly after that, and then I realized I was on, like, the last level because I fought King DDD. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm at the end of the game. I might as well just finish it right here. I ended up finishing it, and here I am. It's fresh in my mind, so I want to talk about it, right? Fucking fun game, man. Obviously, if you don't know what Kirby is, Kirby's the pink ball that absorbs shit. His games are pretty similar. I've only played a couple of them, but they pretty much all follow the same recipe here. Basically, it's a platformer game, which if you don't know what a platformer game is, it's a 2D platformer. So you run from left to right on the screen, clear the enemies if you want to. You don't necessarily have to. And in this game, there's star doors you go through. And then there's a final star door to take you out of the level. Star doors take you to the next portion of the level. And then once you get to the star gate, the bigger one, then you're done with that level within that certain world, right? So, and there's anywhere from 4 to 6 levels, 6 doors max to beat in the level. So yeah, it goes pretty fast. If you're someone like me who's played it before, you probably won't get much out of it. It's it's a pretty easy platformer with a story that is literally just there to have like just random gameplay in it. The story doesn't really mean anything. I'll actually just explain it really quick. It starts with Kirby sleeping. You know, classic Kirby. If you know the character, you see him in his little sleeping cap with bubbles blowing. Pretty typical for this dude. Nothing out of the ordinary there, but he doesn't have any dreams. And you're like, oh no dreams? What the heck, man? What's going on here? And then basically, he wakes up to find King DDD bathing in the Fountain of Dreams, right? He literally breaks the Star Rod, which is the source of what the power is to the fountain. He basically gives 6 of the pieces to his little cronies and keeps one for himself. You basically just track down the fragments and repair the Star Rod. Like I said, no fucking big story, no huge cinematic piece here, but it ties the game together, I guess. You know, I really, there's not going to be a whole lot to say about this one, maybe. I don't know, actually. We'll see how it goes. Let me take a sip of water. Okay, so I took way too many notes on this one, boys. I can't even lie to you. Like, this is what I did with the PVZ episode. I basically just typed out, like, word for word what each fucking level was, right? And it's like, you guys don't want to hear that. I don't even want to hear it. I should just talk about the levels individually and if anything unique comes out of them, right? Because most of them are kind of the same thing over and over again, except the main difference is the ability you absorb and get, right? Some of them are a lot similar to others, but that is just what it is, really. There's no kind of the same game, kind of repetitive, but it's a nostalgic piece from my childhood that I love to this day, man. And it was really fun getting to replay it again. I had a real good time with this one. So I guess we'll just get into the levels and talk about them individually. Level 1 is Vegetable Valley. It's like your typical Kirby grass level. Pretty honestly, it's the easiest one in the game. And then every time you beat a level, you get to go on this little jump pad thing, and the higher you jump up, the more points you get. If you're going for points, I'm sure it matters. I think you get 3 1-ups if you hit the first one, or the highest platform. But that's basically it. You just run through the map, kill enemies, get their abilities, and then keep moving on, man. That's all you got to keep moving. You got to keep moving on. World 1 introduces Beam Kirby, as well as Fire, Spark, Cutter, Crash, Sword, Burning, and Needle. Most of them are pretty good. I like the Needle. Needle is pretty cool. You basically just press B, and these spikes go all around Kirby. It's a great defensive tool as well. The first boss is like the jumping elf thing. I don't know what the hell to call it, but that's what it is. It's like a little elf hat thing. It jumps around. You can absorb bosses in this game too, and they give you abilities. This one gives you Crash, which is basically it's basically nuke power up from COD Zombies. You just nuke everything on your screen at once, and everything dies. Each level has its own set of mini games too. You can get extra lives in. Maybe you can get health, but I think it was only extra lives. The first one I found was a bomb game. It's like Keep It Up or whatever. You press A when the bomb comes to you. You hit it with a frying pan, and every time it comes your way, you just have to react and hit A. It goes faster and it goes slower. If you don't hit A when it's near you or within a certain time frame it gives you, then you blow up and lose. Also, another thing that's in every world is the museums, right? Museums they showcase certain enemies with abilities you can get. The first one has the sword guy in it. I love Sword Kirby, man. It's classic. Classic Sword Kirby. It's basically, he's like trying to be Link from Zelda. And that's what he is, man. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. The first boss is the giant, I don't want to call it the Deku tree, but it's pretty much the Deku tree. I don't know what came first, that or this thing, but it's so easy, man. I just literally sat next to him with Needle, and I just held B, and he just dies. Literally just that's all you do. And then the second world is Ice Cream Island. The unique abilities here are the Parasol, Tornado, Wheel, Laser, Stone Kirby, Mike Kirby, and Freeze. All pretty unique. I love Wheel Kirby, man. Being able to just press B, turn into a wheel, and just like cruise through the map was so cool. This also introduced the wheel mini boss. A lot of the mini bosses, you run into one for the first time, and then they kind of keep appearing throughout the rest of the game. What do I say about it? It's just a wheel guy. He goes back and forth. You can kill him pretty easily. Every time he falls over, he spawns little mini wheels that you could just suck up and throw back at him. Or if you go in there with an ability, it's a lot easier. This is the first time you see Meta Knight, like his minion boss's little fight for him. He basically just has these little guys come out for him. I think you have to kill like 6 or 7 or maybe 10 of them, and then it ends. Pretty easy, especially if you have something like the Tornado or like Laser, where you can just kind of snipe them. The mini boss is, you get introduced to the clock guy. He's just this like little gay clock guy that just jumps around. He's pretty retarded. Jumps around. has these music notes that spit out. You can just either kill him with what you have already, or you can suck up his little music notes and fire him back at him. This World 2 is also the first time I got level 1 on the jump machine because I'm fucking insane at the game, dude. I'm so good at pressing A when I need to at a specific time. I don't know what to say to you guys. I'm pretty fucking goddamn good at that. It only happened one time throughout this entire series, so I don't even know what I'm saying. You get freeze for the first time in the boss fight arena. The paint guy is the level 2 boss at the end. The paint guy, I'm trying to remember what he does. He basically has 4 easels. He goes and paints something on it, and you can sometimes you can absorb it, or sometimes you have to dodge it, right? Not too complicated, pretty straightforward, like most of this game. None of this game is going to be complicated, guys. I actually think I only died like completely game over to one time, and I think it was against the final boss. So like super easy. It's okay. I'm gonna say something real quick. Yes, is Kirby a kid's game? Yes, I would say it's definitely a kid's game. But does that mean you can't have fun with it? No, man. I mean, this was when I played when I was younger, so I don't want to repeat myself, but basically, yeah, man, I'm coming full nostalgia coming through for this. If that wasn't clear already, this is not a game I would play today for the first time and struggle with at all. It's so fucking easy, dude. It's just good, honest fun, man. I don't know what to, I don't want to script this as hard as the PvZ episode. The godforsaken PvZ episode. Please, boys. I just took way too many notes, and I want to try to go through this without pausing all that often, because I'm just trying to curate some thoughts here and let you guys know what went on in the game, It's basically what I'm trying to do. So I guess we'll move on to level 3, which was butter building. The building of butter. That's what that means. Not too much unique shit in this level, right? Your classic enemies, your Waddle Dees appear. You get backdrop Kirby after you kill that little beetle guy. Backdrop Kirby is one of the bosses. Not one of the bosses, one of the abilities you can get, and you can it basically lunges at somebody and like knocks them. It's pretty cool. The museum in this world, level 3, introduces high jump, which is high jump's okay. It's not ideal a lot of the time, but on those verticality maps, it's pretty good. So you basically just press B and you jump high, and you can whatever you're jumping into dies too. It's not like for moving side to side, it's like not good at all. The way you find these museums and shit, by the way, is by going through some of the doors, and you have to like basically stand on this button, and then it opens something in the overworld, right? I didn't go through and find all of them. I just kind of played through the game again and relived old memories. But the monkey boss comes out for the first time in level 3. He was probably the most annoying boss just because he hit me the most amount of times. Still not hard, though. He gives you the hammer, so you turn into Hammer Kirby. Hammer Kirby is basically like Sword Kirby, except it's a hammer reskin, and it's kind of slower, right? I would prefer Sword to this guy just because the animation is faster. I don't even know if that's actually true. It might not be, but it feels a lot faster. And then the boss on this is actually... See, sometimes the boss is like a unique boss, and sometimes it's not. On this map, it is a unique boss, and it's the sun and the moon. Now, the sun and the moon are interesting because the way you play them is kind of different from how you normally play bosses in this game. Basically, one of them's in the air trying to fight you, or one of them... How does it work again? One of them essentially is on the ground fighting you while the other one's in the sky. I can't remember if the one in the sky attacks you, but the one on the ground just kind of jumps around. You have to not eat them, but hit each of them 3 times, and then they simply die, man. Like every boss in this game, you can cut them down pretty quick if your movement's clean or whatever, and you hit all your shots before taking damage and having to go and resuck up your ability, right? So then you kill the Sun and the Moon. You move on to level 4, which is the Grape Garden. Grape Garden introduces some of my favorite abilities, including the UFO. The UFO is so cool, man. You press B once for like the normal beam attack that the beam guys have, but if you, depending on how long you hold B, you can charge it into like a small shot, a medium shot, or like a super shot, right? Plus, you don't have to float like what you do with every other ability. In Kirby, like when he sucks up air and floats, you get access to the UFO, so you can move pretty quickly in the air. Pretty nice, man. Pretty cool. Also introduces Sleep Kirby, which I don't know if there's I haven't looked it up. I don't know if there's a special like a special unique ability that Sleep Kirby has, or if it's just like a troll ability they put in the game, right? Like how, like it just puts you to sleep and that's it, right? And then you wake up and your ability's gone. So if you're hearing this and maybe I'll look it up, but I guess I don't understand what the point of it is. It seems trolly. But whatever. You move on to this second door or whatever. There's 2 twin bomber guys. They kind of look like elves. The elf guys from the other one. But there's 2 of them and they just jump and throw bombs at you. I find if you stay in the middle and just kind of chuck their shit back at them, you don't really have to move at all. Door 3 of level 4 was like the airship levels from Mario. Pretty cool. Just reminded me of the airship levels from Mario. You're basically on a giant airship, go through the level, bada bing, bada boom, and then you're moving on. In this museum, there was Ball Kirby. I don't know about you guys or whoever's listening, but Ball Kirby's kind of trash in my opinion. You press B and you can jump around. Each time you hit, you can press A, I think, and you can get a higher jump. But I really don't see the use in this fucking ability, right? I think it's kind of a grief pick. I'd rather have like literally anything else in the game. But whatever. We'll just keep moving on here. Fucking that ability sucks ass. Don't even tell me it's like decent. Maybe it has a use somewhere, but I think it's fucking dog shit. The next mini boss is the elephant, like the little tiny elephant guy. What? Like I can't really. I don't know what to say about these guys, man. Like they literally don't have any unique differences, man. And that's what Kirby is. It's kind of this like the same shit over and over, which is it's whatever. It's pretty fun. You know, I enjoyed my time with it. Something I do like about the 4th level here is the boss. It's like an eye, right? It's an eye with like a bunch of clouds, and it gives you high jump in the beginning, which you need. You have to basically platform up this giant these clouds. You keep going up, keep going up, keep going up, keep going up, and then you finally get to the boss fight, and he kind of sits there in the air. You can kind of just keep high jumping him. You have to avoid his attacks where he like spins in a circle, and then he just tries to move in to kill you. It's super easy. Just avoid him, keep high jumping into him, and you kill him. Who would have thought? And then you move on to the 5th world, which is Yogurt Yard. This introduces ice, which is one of my favorite abilities. I love the ice. It's basically fire reskinned, and then they don't die right off the rip. They turn into an ice cube, and you can shoot it in any direction. I don't know if you make contact with something that if it kills it. I was never able to make contact with a frozen enemy that I threw, but it might, man. You get the same monkey fucking mini boss from the last couple worlds. You get, I think the Fire Lion mini boss is one of the new ones in this world. Like I said, this world is like not unique at all. It's basically like I'm looking through my notes here, and I definitely took down way too many notes. Right? There's just so much to read from here. I need to chill out with this and just fucking write basically what I like and don't like, and then just let myself do anything. I feel like I just have to read all these notes now that I took them, but I realize, bear with me, fellas. I'm improving this. I'm trying to get better. This episode will probably suck, but whatever. We're moving on. We're going to move on past it pretty well. I feel like the minisodes are better because I can expand on my thoughts more. I just need to stop taking so many notes, dude. Like, I'm literally trolling with this. But for my first couple episodes, whatever. It's not the worst thing in the world. We're going to make do here. The boss of this world is it's a digger guy. And no, I did not say the forbidden word. It's a digger guy. He can, it's like a digger robot. He digs through the map. He shoots rockets out of his asshole. It's pretty easy. You kind of just have to follow him, absorb his rockets, shoot him back at him, and then it's GG's. You move on to Orange Ocean, which is world number 6. Oh my god, the one thing I hated about this map is the fucking coconuts, dude. For some reason in this game, there's exploding coconuts. The coconuts are very deadly. Do not try to suck them up because you're either gonna fucking die from the splash damage or get hurt from it. You kind of just gotta destroy them or bait them into falling and then move out of the way. World 6 has the first Meta Knight fight. And actually, I think it's the only one, man, because you don't really fight this character until Amazing Mirror, right? I'm pretty sure. I hardly remember that game. I only played it once, and that was forever ago as well. But you fight Meta Knight, you break his mask, and then he just kind of goes away. World 6 was pretty bland. World 5 and 6 were just not. They felt like filler worlds, man. Like, they really didn't bring that much unique shit. And then, just like that, you're on to level 7. And I didn't realize it at the time, but level 7's the last one. Like I said, the game's very short. Very short game. It's definitely worth a playthrough if you haven't played it before. Just because, it's cute. It's got a cute, cool soundtrack. And that's just Kirby, man. You can't hate Kirby. If you hate Kirby, you're not a true gamer, man. This dude is iconic. Some unique things about World 7. The second door on the map is actually just like a boss rush. You go through a bunch of the game's bosses you previously fought, and you just kill them. You kill them until you're done with the map. I think you fly on a star. You fly on one of the warp stars, and then you just complete the map. It's very fucking easy. And then you just keep going through the normal door levels, man. More door levels, kill enemies, absorb their abilities, platform through the level. Easy peasy. Just keep on moving on. Not much to say about the fucking levels in this game, None of them really stand out. They're just kind of a different backdrop with different stuff to jump to. King DD boss fight. King DDD, is it 3Ds? Comes up at the end here. I'll tell you what I did for him. It's really cheesy, but you can just bring the rock. Not the one that knows what you're cooking, but the actual rock. You basically hover above him, press B, drop on his ass, and just rinse repeat until he's dead. Very easy. And then you think that's the final boss, right? And you're like, oh, hell yeah, dude. He was my enemy. He's dead. And now the game's over. But to my surprise, I forgot about this when it happened. I genuinely thought King DDD was the final boss. But then, like, the actual boss comes in. This like little shadow ball comes up, and he starts fucking with your shit, right? So you basically you put the star rod back together, and then you use it to kill you're flying on a warp star using the star rod, which is pretty cool because it's like a high damage weapon. You basically just avoid this thing's attacks and just keep spamming shit back at it, and it dies eventually. You chase it to the moon. You chase the little ball to the moon. He throws your warp star, blows up from one of his things. And then basically you're just kind of flying across the screen. He reveals his true identity or true phase or whatever it is, his true form. I don't know what to call this guy. I don't even know if he has a name. I just called him like the Nightmare Tornado King boss. Like, it's a really shitty name, but it works for me, bro. you basically just dodge his moves like every other fucking boss in the game. But he actually can't spam this guy down because he has weak points. And if you try to hit him normally, your attacks won't land on this guy. So you basically dodge his moves. You hit him when he exposes his little tornado. And he does. You can honestly just keep spamming and he exposes it eventually. Just jump around, avoid his attacks. I full died once on this map, and that was it. That was the hardest part. This is literally the hardest part of the game, and it's not even like anything at all. But then once you kill him, he dies, and the nightmares are out of Dreamland, and the Kirby people live happily ever after with the dreams coming back to them. And you also unlock Boss Rush permanently as a sub game. I forgot to mention 2 other mini games. There's one where you are racing other Kirbys on this rail thing. You hold A, and then you have to let go of A when there's like a spike strip. And then if you press A again right after the spike strip, you get a mini speed boost, and you just have to come in first place. Then the third one's probably my favorite. It's like I was going to call it Fruit Ninja for a second. It's not like that at all. It's like a quick time draw, a quick draw game where you basically have to press A when there's an exclamation point. All the characters are dressed up like samurai. You just have to have fast reaction time. You press A, you get the kill faster than the other guy, and you move on. And that's Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland, man. There's really not much to say about this game. It goes really quick. I honestly thought it was going to take me a couple more days to beat it. I honestly thought there was going to be 10 worlds, man. 10 worlds, there's 7, and most of them are repetitive, and most of the bosses repeat. Is it a lazy game? Coming back to it does feel kind of lazy, but keep in mind, guys, I feel like these games were designed for your children to beat, and I was a kid at one point. I probably struggled with this game back in the day, but I was old enough to even beat it when I was that age. So, again, not that hard, not that intricate, doesn't have a crazy story. Out of 10 rating. Let me think. Do I give it a nostalgia rating and then a today's day rating? I think I do that. Nostalgia rating. Probably a 7. I mean, I liked it, but I just liked shit way more. And I didn't even replay it until now. That just goes to show you how much I didn't. This game, it was pretty fun, but it didn't have a long-lasting impact on me like some other games did, like Super Mario 64. Just to name a few, Ocarina of Time, Bomberman 64. Those are games I enjoyed way more. And of course the Pokemon games as well. But Game Boy Advance, underrated gem, and it's definitely not going to be the last one I talk about this system because I love the Game Boy Advance. I do have a Majora's Mask Game Boy Advance. It's pretty fucking sweet. Game Boy Advance SP with the backlight. I think it's just a reshelling. It's not an original one, but still, I don't really care about that stuff. I just think it's cool, man. It's fucking badass looking. So yeah, man, this has been Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland. As far as what's next, the soundtrack on this game, guys. I hope you didn't hear that, but the soundtrack on this game is fucking fire too. It's the classic Kirby do 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 do. And I actually did not just play a clip from the song there. That was actually me doing it. I know it's hard to tell the difference because I was, I'm sort of a musical genius like Kanye. But yeah, fucking killer soundtrack, man. Classic killer soundtrack. You hear it and it just reeks of childhood and nostalgia. I love it. I absolutely love it, mate. For fuck's sake. But yeah, honestly, I'm not going to go on too much longer. I already told you guys what I'm playing. Still playing Halo Infinite. Still playing Overwatch. As far as the next game in the actual series, it's probably going to be Doom 2016. Like stop saying like I said. Guys, I'm going to kill myself if I say like I said one more fucking time. I'm sorry, I keep hiccuping too. Holy shit. I honestly just don't know if I'm happy with this episode either. I'm going to put it out. I'm going to learn from it. But I just feel like over noting, I don't know if that's a word, but over taking notes is just killing these episodes for me. I feel like that's why the minisodes are way better. They're not as scripted. I took way too many notes on this thing. I need to just play the game and take down things that I like. I sit here and I type out every ability like that matters. I just list off a couple ones that I like to use, and that's all it should have been. You guys can go and look up this shit if you want to. You know, I'm trying to get the hang of this, trying to be better. I'm doing what I can here. But yeah, expect either Doom 2016. I might just play through Limbo or Inside or one of those games because they're quick, they're easy, and they're pretty fun. Dude, I don't know why my neighbor's dogs are yapping. What the fuck, dude? Probably won't be another episode though. It might be another mini-sode. I might talk about Darius. That's the next on the Zombies series. I might talk about some Overwatch related things or maybe even Halo. But for now, fucking Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland. Cute game. Cute little game. Kirby's cute. Fucking solid soundtrack. Easy enough. It goes really quick. If you have the opportunity to, buy this or play it at some point, I would definitely recommend it. If you've played it before, I don't think it's worth a second playthrough. Good, fun, whatever. The abilities are what carry the game, right? Sucking up all the enemies. That was my favorite thing to do back in the day anyways, was suck up all the enemies, figure out what their different ability is, and then basically decide to use whichever one I want. I went with Spark for most of the game just because I feel like it's very good. Spark is the thunder one. Not thunder. That's kind of like thunder, but you basically have this lightning ring all around you that kills everything in a circle. Very easy, very good. But yeah, I'm not going to keep yapping about Kirby too much. Not much to say. Small Nintendo game. Goes quick. I actually don't even know. I should probably go back and re-listen, but I don't know if I did my out of 10s for this game yet. Nostalgic out of 10, I would say 7 out of 10. Going back and playing it today, probably a 5 out of 10, man. I don't know. That's too harsh. I'll give it a 6. A 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 is fair. The things that bothered me were, it's just like all the repeat bosses were annoying, and there just wasn't that much variety to the game. It feels like you're going through the same levels with a different backdrop, which I get. It's a kid's game. Not gonna shit on it too hard for that, but that's really it, boys. Fucking Kirby. Good stuff. Good stuff. This is going to be one of the weaker episodes. I'm still going to upload it so I can shit on myself in the future and learn from it. But yeah, that's it, boys. I'm going to be back tomorrow. It's 9:02 p.m., March 23rd, 2024. Like I said, I uploaded the Shino Numa video earlier today. I wanted to do these once a weekend or once or twice a weekend, but now I'm kind of just going to keep uploading them so I can keep getting better, you know? Minisodes will probably come out more because minisodes I can just talk about whatever instead of having to play something new or refresh on something but that's not Doom 2016, right? Doom 2016, I'm going to go back and I'm going to write a few things about it. That's a game where each level is so dynamic and unique where you can talk about, what guns you get upgraded, just the setting in general, because sometimes it's in hell, sometimes it's on Mars. Definitely a lot of variety in that game. A lot of cool shit, too. Especially the glory kills, man. I love the glory kills. I just love the Doom Slayer ripping demons apart. That shit is so hard, it's not even funny. And then we'll eventually talk about Doom Eternal, too, because that Doom Eternal quickly, and its DLC, the Ancient Gods 1 and 2, quickly became my favorite single-player FPS ever made. The combat loop is so fun in those games, dude. And I'm going to make sure I mention and give a lot of praise to them for that, because that, what they call is the push-forward combat system, where you want to be in their face killing shit instead of playing cover. There's no such thing as playing cover in Doom games. If you play cover in Doom games, you're the fattest pussy I've ever met. But yeah, different video for a different day. I'm gonna wrap this up. Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland. Oh, you can also play the mini games with people. I never did though. I don't know how good they are. I'm sure the bomb one or the quick draw could be fun with other people, but you know, it's not like a multiplayer game, right? It's basically just a single player story you play through. I'm gonna sign off here. Thanks for listening. If you're hearing this, I'm not gonna ask for a sub. I'm not gonna ask for a comment or a like. I say it every time. Just comment, tell me how gay I am. Tell me how gay and retarded I am. Tell me how faggy I am. Tell me I suck at this and I should never do it again. Just give me some honest feedback, please. That's all I really got to say. Give me some honest feedback. I'm trying to get better. We're improving. It's definitely not the Plants vs. Zombies video. I don't ever want it to be that again. I would say there's half of the PVZ elements in this video that there are in the actual video of PVZ fully. I'm just going on and on now. I need to fucking stop. Somebody stop me, dude. Thanks again, guys. Take care.